Questions and comments?
James Bay.
Madam Speaker, one of the ways that we get through crisis is remembering what happens in other crises. Remember 2008? Biggest economic crisis in memory. And Stephen Harper's big plan was to force through a massive austerity budget that would have crushed so many Canadians. And it was a minority, and they panicked. And so what did they do? They shut Parliament down. So when we hear the Conservatives whining that they're meeting 4 days a week, I remember when we weren't allowed to meet at all because Stephen Harper refused to meet. Then he came back and he blew through $50 billion. I mean, how many tourist kiosks did we set up in Tony Clement's riding? There was no accountability mechanisms. They blew through money. Gazebos, sunken boats, everything that they could put into Muskoka. And we came here and we just won the right for sick benefits for all Canadians. That's what you do in a crisis, Madam Speaker, is you find ways to put people first, not the ideologies of the Conservative Party, not Muskoka sunken boats and the ShamWow scams that they ran, that you don't prorogue Parliament and stand and whine day after day that you're not being heard because you're not offering anything positive. We came here to fight for workers. We came here to fight for health. We came here to fight for small business, and we will continue to do that in a minority parliament. So I'd like to ask my honourable colleague about the work that he's done of actually showing some leadership in this House while having to go along with the knuckle draggers.
The honourable member for Burnaby South. The honourable member for Timmins James Bay, maybe rephrase the comment, please.
Madam Speaker, yes, I did not mean it as a metaphor. I meant it as a simile. If people act like they're knuckle dragging, they're not being helpful, but I wouldn't suggest that they are knuckle draggers, so I'm very glad that the Madam Speaker corrected me on that.
A very brief answer from the honourable member for Burnaby South.
Thank you to my honoured colleague for the question. What we are very proud of is that in this Parliament, we've been doing everything we can to fight for people. And though I do acknowledge the government has come along, it's taken a lot of pressure, a lot of pushing, and a lot of fighting. And so I want to highlight how important it is for us to have this opportunity to be in Parliament to continue to push the government to deliver better for Canadians. We pushed for including more people into the CERB, students, those with disabilities, seniors, and we're going to fight for paid sick leave and more.